Hello, Power People, and welcome back this week to a competitive league video. We are starting, I don't know if we can call it serious, but we try to see if we can play the next Geddon with combo walls. I would really love to go to Geddon to greet people. I cannot play on the Sunday because I need to fly back to the Netherlands, but at least on the Saturday I would like to play, and I would like to play walls, of course. So what happened? The last period in leagues uh, has meant the development of a very, very bad meta game for us, meaning the top decks that we always expected to be the top decks, in particular Jund or KCS based deck, raised a lot, along with MonoU Terror, which is the other, let's say, top contender, and the usual very high presence of MonoU Red in leagues. So Jund and KCS decks are very, very bad matchups. MonoU Terror is, I would say, positive in leagues because you don't always face the best players, but probably 50-50 against the top level opponents. The mono red versions, we are very bad positioned against Guttersnipe, but instead the rally version is usually a good one. What I noticed I didn't play much because being the meta swap style and me not liking to lose too much, I didn't play much. But what I noticed was that I was losing most of the time due to mana reasons. So I tried to revamp the mana base, especially focusing on the two casting cost slot. Now we switch to the pile view just to show the mana curve. So we wanted to have a good amount of 1 and 2 drops, and mana wise we wanted multiple 2 drops, and I found out playing without it that we also needed at least 3 ends. So in the end we have only 12 lands and 3 ends, which are slightly risky in terms of straightforward mulliganing, but we switch back to the card view, maybe. We have 2 Llanowar Elves. That really helps a lot in going fast, especially on the play. 1 Tinderwall, and the 2 classical additional mana walls at costing 2. I actually had 3, with 2 Vine Trellis and 1 Wall of Roots. I would have loved to have 4, but I don't know what to cut for them. What I noticed with the 3 mana walls was that I sometimes missed the possibility to draw my deck starting for a drift with only Beast Rider Vanguard. So in this particular league, we are trying to put back a third path Savant instead of one of the 2 mana walls. Let's see how it fails. The rest of the deck is reasonably standard. We cut 1 lead and 1 shield wall sentinel with respect to the maximum possible amount of 4, only to casting cost reasons. Meaning that if we aim at going fast, or we are forced to go fast by our opponents, we usually have not the time to spend mana for the shield wall sentinel or lead. The sideboard, we are trying a mixed version with respect to what we played in the past, bringing back spells that I noticed were often good and allow us to limit the amount of card we have to side in. So the spells in question are 3 Tamiyo's safekeepings that are a catch-all against everything, including Karal Clan Shaman activations. And this league we've tried to negate. This slot was usually the one occupied by the Mirror Crab, but Crab is again kind of slow and it doesn't work all the time, even though of course as an effect is more powerful than negate. We try negate here because especially Mono Blue Terror has a a few sorcery things that are very bad for us. Excuse me, especially the inferior. So we try to catch them. And of course, negate is good also against the high tide, which is one of the secretly top decks that are very bad for us. The rest is kind of standard. We have two standard bearers against elves and high tide, two macabre against the graveyard-based combo decks, spy, dredge, etc. Two scattershot archers against fairies, three masked vandals, mostly against affinity, because they are kind of useless against Jund, but they are kind of needed to beat affinity, and they can be used in other various situations, possibly not as 3-off, but it's good to have them. And then finally, we have only one card related to pure life gain, which is when we try one Nylea. I don't even know if we need it, but I typically have at least one or two cards that helps gaining life. Try to have a shot against gutter shot or in general aggressive decks. Uh, in particular, the fair one is the Black Red Madness one. So let's see how it fares. We have a bit of life gain main deck with the end, and in all these matchups we are bringing in the Tamiya safekeeping that also gives us a little bit of life. So that's it. This league is going to be mostly for testing. What we are looking at are mulligans, the mana base, and in particular if third path deserves the slot, and if negate works, assuming we are going to side them in. That's all. See you in match 1. Match 1, we are against Tetrax 1995. We are on the play. We have a reasonable hand. We can immediately test if the savant could be better or not with respect to the 2 mana wall. We keep, we start, the plan is kind of obvious. We start with Saruli, assuming it survives into overgrown. Okay, we are against Giant, so we really need the speed, which actually have, meaning we have a turn 4 kill on the play, already in hand. The only thing now, we are not going to play whatever we draw, just to protect against the familiar. We play 2. No, sorry. We don't play anything else. And we might have played the second Axeman to protect these guys down. But I really hope they tap out. They don't. The problem here is, as always, crack. They do not have the crack, but they might have the cast down. We are really drawing a lot of stuff. Can we? No, we cannot. Okay, let's make them kill something at first. Try with the galvanic calc. I was thinking if we could actually then be even able to go for galvanic and drift. The problem is we have not the double and tap. They did have the cast out. No, they don't. Okay, so we win game 1 luckily. Unexpectedly, I would say. But we had the perfect hand, and we were on the play, which is something that we really need. We are seeing a lot of
artifact lens here. Are they consuming? No. Okay. My client stuck for a little. Now we play immediately the invoker, hoping that they concede. But in any case, it shouldn't be too slow. The plan is not to shoot them with third path. There is no need. We go 3 damage before activation because okay. So now, what we are going to bring in for sure are the 3 tornadoes. The question is if we try to bundle the mountain experience against Jan, is that it's usually not the case. So what I will do is we just got one winding weight, tuck, tuck, and one drift. We still have a healthy 38 creatures, and let's see if we can work in this way. The additional cat might be the third path. And we keep the drift. I think we actually might do that. They are possibly bringing in Pyro. Okay, now we have again infinite mana in play, but on one hand. On the other hand, it's really unlikely that they're going to kill Aquarium. Okay, now we even have perfect mana. And a land to pitch to the familiar. In any case, I would say that this matchup is 99% based on card collection. They can beat us without it, but it's more complicated and actually what happens is that the walls, my walls at least, developed to try to be again as fast as possible, kind of closer to what was in the past, so that to try to exploit the fact that they have usually a little slow mana. And again, we are going to be basically immediately, unless they play our card, in a situation where we put down double X-Men and they need to Clark with Toxin to win. Because as we can see, we did a good choice in not playing the bundles. They have only mostly not. Here this is slightly annoying, the fact that we cannot go for the double X-Men. The good news is that they are probably on the working list, so they have galvanics and not many cast downs. So now if they have the crowd, they have to play it now. They have to look for it. Okay, now they can play it without need of toxic. Or they can cow blast our Axway. Okay. This is not a major issue because we have another wire. We keep disregarding the KCS itself, meaning we play as like if they don't have it. If they have it, we most likely are going to lose, but we still have a reasonable amount of mana. Now they can wipe our board with it and still have 4 mana left. And possibly draw cards because they need only 1 mana to do all of these things. They are looking for it apparently. The bad news is that if they don't crack or kill any of our upstream, we are of course going to go for it, but we need to rely on only for the moment one winding way. It is a little sketchy. Okay, we have our chance. Or they could have snuff out, but we don't. We cannot play around it. So here we just try to go for it to minimize the amount of things we put on the board because it's basically the lowest possible chances that we have. Let's hope for a good winding way. Oh, we get it by the most complicated possible outcome. So we beat Jund. Incredibly, this is the fourth straight matchup where I beat Jund with this list with minor variations. Of course, luck is always kind of involved. Here they didn't see it cracking almost half of their deck. We don't know exactly how many they play, but it's for sure not lucky for them. And we had both times reasonably good hands with most of the combo in hand. So the plan seems to work. First of all, be lucky. Second of all, go fast and just ignore it. Okay, we start the league beating one very hard matchup. Let's see what happens in each turn.
Match 2 against Bold. Uh, we have a hand that could be kept, but it's super slow and really relying only on card draw turn through, which I don't really like. So we're going to mulligan, even though we know this is a risk with this land. This is better. We are going to keep it, and the question here, yeah, we are putting down tuck tuck. The plan is turn 1 health into Orochi blow draw bridge. Okay, we are against. Okay, this is better. So we have again almost everything. This would kind of be one of the cases where I would like to block the Delver if they attack. On the other hand, okay, so if I block next turn I overgrown, assumingly they don't have a force spike, we get it, then we still can play Orochi plus drawbridge. In the other case, I play next turn overgrown plus Orochi, and then we can, no, I don't block. Okay, we found the land. This is misplay, by the way. I should have played first the overgrown in the remote case of a force spike. Okay, they do not flip, but did they shuffle? Ah, yeah, I didn't notice that. Second from the top is fine. We are unfortunately, what I'm doing? We are unfortunately drawing kind of only lands for the moment. The amount of blue terror decks yesterday in the challenge were incredible. The top 8, they were first, second. Of course, they were very good players. Okay, so here we need to go for just transmute for a lead, and we wait next turn. By the way, they didn't have the fourth land, and they whiffed the Delver multiple times. Now the plan is to play the Overgrown, and if they don't counter it, we don't play anything else. They are a tempo deck, and we are making them. Sleep of the Dead is super annoying, but it's okay. Here we go. Shearwell Sentinel. We go for I think a drift. This is just because we have a Roach in play. It is unlikely they can use the sleep again. So it all depends on how many counters they have. The good news is that they have nothing in their graveyard. That is also the bad news, because it means they did not draw any instant that puts the two cards in the graveyard, and nothing else. Our best bet would be that they have only serpents in hand. So here I think so. If we go lead, then we have the 3 mana. Then we have 1, 2, 3 plus 6, 9 mana for the reaping play and fetching another lead, but then we are subjected to the spell pierce, but we want them to put down these counters, so we just go. They are going to counter most likely. Yep. And then we get back our creatures. With spell pierce protection, and we can drift for another lead. And we even attack. Okay, they do it main phase. Good news is that another team is in the graveyard. We go to 9. We would also like to find some generous sand and first serpent. Okay, they are all in. So now we have infinite mana and the lead. I would like to have something more. There are some versions that uses foil, but okay, so we can play it. No. We can play it more properly. We first lead and we find the win. Okay. Let's just maximize our mana. I think we just go for the Frid here. Okay, so we were able to win the first game. We were once again a little lucky because opponent had a very slow start, but on the other hand they kept. This is another error, by the way. I should have gone for the third path savant, still in case of the super unlikely foil. Okay, here we don't have much. What we're going to play for sure are the two standard bearers. Then what we can play are the gates and the scattershot archers, or we could try to play the Tamillos in place of the standard bearers. I think I prefer the standard bearers, and I prefer the negated Tamillos because on the draw, because they get multiple things, mostly counterspell, in addition, even though they cost more. So let's try this hand. On the play, we will just not play the negate, I think. We need to sideboard out a lot of things, so we are going for sure to sideboard out the tuck tuck, a shield wall sentinel. We need to get out two winding way, the Tinderbolt, and one elf. So we are getting a little worse mana base, which scares me a little, but let's try how it goes. Number of creatures is still good. We mulligan this end. We are going to mulligan also this end. Opponent is also mulligan into 6. Okay, this is reasonably good. We are forced to keep these. If they don't start with Delver, okay, this is good already. Let's see if they shuffle, because they shuffled the first game. They shuffles again, so this is kind of unusual. We find the negate, but we have no way to play things actually. I could have possibly kept the third land, because now we cannot play anything in our hand, even though the list is centered around 2 drops. So we get our land and we pass. They once again are playing in a weird way. I would expect. Okay, now we start taxing their counterspells. I would expect them to be learning the deck. Okay, now we even have the negate open. So we are again very close to have the combo. Now it depends on how many serpents they have. So here we try first. Let's see if they want to counter this. They don't. Let's see if they want to counter this. Okay, they got shotted, which is okay. So gut shot is important because it shuts down also the I will tell it. Standard bearer. Here I was thinking about a reaping line, but we don't have enough mana. They might have. I don't think they have double counterspell though, so let's try the lead. I would have expected. Oh, envelope. Okay. Let's try the negate. Okay. And we don't get much, but we actually have the kill next turn. We can play also only this. Okay. So the negate worked. I had totally forgotten about the envelope. So we know they don't have. Okay, we have a lot of stuff here going on. So the first one is to try a standard. Okay, they have nothing open. But on the other hand, I now misstapped. So I think we get this. And we get another Axebane. Now the Axebane provides 5. Is this correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can try to go for a reaping, intermediate reaping line, let's say. If they have the spell pierce, so be it. Okay, we really love this information. Okay, so next turn we can do a lot of things, and we have a lot of mana, and they have only 2 cards in it, 1 card in it. So these should be reasonably easy for us. So, oh, we even have the negate, so this is a straight win. We just go for it. So negates are working very nicely. We just go brute force here. They had the counterspell. And we win again 2-0 against Terror. Once again, we were kind of lucky, even though now these were not typical Terror games. Mostly because opponent, I think, kept hands that were a little weird. I'm not sure about it. I'm not a Terror expert, but I played a lot against Terror. And this is not usually how it goes. Okay, 2-0. See you in match 3. Match 3 against Vicky Zane, who's a known grinder, playing 99% of the time, I will say nowadays, some barn version. But we have a hand that we cannot keep. And we get the worst one, a no-lander, finally. a manageable one. So here we are just putting everything back except the mana. Oh, they play? Okay, they are on Delver, which is, I don't know if better or worse against a Mulligan to 4. This is usually what happened. This is what I was meaning last game. It's really unlikely that they do like they did ponder and shuffle without any, let's say, good outcome. In this case, it was used to actually it was theoretically used to shuffle the brainstorm, but they didn't actually want to shuffle. So here we start rebuilding, hopefully, our hand. This game is going to be very hard for us because well, technically, if we find a Quirion, we might kind of add the kill next turn. Not next turn, in 2 turns from now, which is a very good thing considering we mulligan to 4 with basically nothing. On the other hand, the good news is that they have only 4 cards in the graveyard. 5. It will all depend on Deep Inferior. So they have another land in hand. Now it depends on how many counter spell they have or if they have the Deep Inferior. Okay, so now if we get the Quirion, we win. Please deck, Quirion. We don't. And we are going to be forced to block. So what we get here is, I really don't know. The good news is that apparently they don't have a counter spell. The bad news, I think we get Tuck Tuck. We are forced to block this one. Another serpent. Another serpent. And now, here we are all in. We need opponent not to have a spell pierce or a counter spell. Let's see if they have it. They do have it. Okay. We lose game 1, but to be honest, we were on the draw. They had the kind of perfect start hand, and we mulligan to 4, and we still were able to go for the kill. Really not super nice. So what we know, we are going to, now we are on the play. So I think we just because on the play we saw before how good negate was. So let's try without scattershot archers. So we trim a little bit of things. We don't need to trim the drift, we trim the timber wall. Okay. Okay, this end is reasonably good and has a lot of sideboard stuff. but we cannot play it. The good news is that we are for sure playing the Overgrown Battlement turn 2. It then all depends on them. Okay, Brainstorm turn 1 is a good sign. On them hopefully not having the gut shot. Okay, I couldn't even say that. Now we hope they do not have a second gut shot. They don't. Okay, so this is now getting very good, meaning that theoretically next turn we might have negate and on. They mill a couple creatures. They have, okay, I was saying they have no lands, they have the land. Let's see if they also have the first serpent. Yep. Two serpents. Obviously, sleep is fine. Oh, here we are actually tapping now. So what we are doing is we play this and we are forced to wait. We are one card short from the combo, but especially if they play another creature now, we are okay. We might be in. Okay, so this is good. Now we try the Orochi. Now we try this. Now we can tap and try this. And that's it. So next turn we might have. Okay, we can take this attack before starting to jump. Okay. So now deck, please. Deck is not going to help us. Three of them, not one. Okay, so if I now we have the kill next turn, but we have to jump 4 creatures. So we are going to get our freed. Now we need to jump 4 creatures, which are a lot. I don't think we can survive, but let's see. Amazing draw by opponent. They even held one serpent going down and was happy about it. The problem is our standard bearer is going to die. But we have the surprise negate in case of things before combat. After combat, it's going to be hard. But I would expect them to try to sleep before combat to force our blocking. Then, of course, we need to keep the battlement and the Orochi and one other creature. That can be okay. That must be one defender, because in this way, theoretically, we have the Freed, even though we don't have much else going on. So here we just need to block everything. Now I need to decide if I want to untap. I think I need to untap. The battlement just in case. Ah, we had it. So now we'll go infinite mana just for fancies. No, we don't have the infinite mana because we cannot untap. And then we concede. Okay, we lost this one. We couldn't do much about these draws by opponent, especially the second one. The first one we fought well back from the Malignant 4. Okay, it's unfortunately because usually Terror is a good matchup, but I mean, against this amount of creatures is hard. See you in match 3. Match 4 against Mr. 322. We have a good hand, so we're going to keep. We are on the draw. Let's see what they are on. Okay, this is possibly hard. It depends. If it's Rally Red, we can fight. If it's Guttersnipe, we are basically dead. We have, by the way, kind of a turn 5 kill on the board. Well, on the board, on hand. Now we have possibly a turn 4 kill on hand. And it's got snipe, so we are going to be dead. So here again we just disregard whatever they have. And we try to win next turn. They are going to kill the Quirion probably, or the Axebane. If they kill the Axebane, we Winding Way. If they kill the Quirion, we just play the Axebane. If they kill both, we just Winding Way. Okay, as expected. They go. Unexpected. Okay, so now they kill also. This was a cool move. They are going to kill also our Quirion. Oh no, okay, so they have everything, so they just slow rolling. Good news is that they have to be hopefully careful killing the Quirion, because they might be down on lands. Here we rebuild. They are not down on land, so this is Guttersnipe. Oh man. Here we are going to block one. Now I would say they 99%. They didn't kill our Quirion, which is very bad on their side. Okay, so let's see what we can do. I think we just go for the winding way. Oh man. Oh man. That was really, really bad. What did we put down? I'll read. So, next turn we need. Okay, we just get another shield. We'll set it. Okay, so the. So these are 3 damages. The lava dart are other 4 damages. If they find another lava dart, they can. Yeah, it's. No, well, they cannot kill us because they need to discard. Oh, so that means if they don't kill the Quirion, we win. There is no reason they don't kill the Quirion. Okay, so we get a lucky one. Okay, we managed to win game 1 unexpectedly after a strong start from opponent. So here what we are going to bring in is just a life gain. I don't think it's worth to bring in the negates. What we are going to take out are relatively slow cards. So the third path, the Tuck Tuck, one elf. I think we keep the elves. I take down. No, we take, yeah, like this, and one winding way. Elves are very sensitive to lava dart, but they are an additional target. We need to trim at least one winding way because we are bringing 3 spells, so that's fine. And in general, let's say card draw is kind of slow for this matchup. Okay, this end is good. If we draw a forest, we don't fetch. If we don't, we are going to fetch. We keep opponent is mulligan. Yeah, this is okay. Sneaky Snacker, they have a lot of lands apparently. Okay, we get the land, so we don't have to fetch. This is fine. This is not really needed now, meaning the reaping. Okay, these are all kind of slow. Okay, now the snacker can be annoying. Okay, this instead is very good. We anyhow go for the winding way, hoping to find Aquarium. We do. So now we have Tamiyo's protection. So this is one of the cases where Wall of Roots is better than uh, Vine Trellis. We kind of have the kill, but I don't know how much this is. They have on. Okay, this is very good. They plotted. Okay, so now the question is related to have they brought in uh, I will tell it Pyro. So here what we can do is try to go. Oh, we don't. Yeah, okay. Try to go for the galvanic alchemist. They don't know about our Tamio. Okay. Now let's see if they have the pyro. They don't. So we basically have one. Good. Another 2-0. We are doing well this league. Deck is working perfectly. We lost the only match against Grinder, but we have some excuses. We like excuses when we lose. Let's see if we can go for the 4-1 in the last match. Match 5 against Rotiboti, who is also a grinder, let's say a non-player. This is probably going to be hard, but we had all the hard or good matchups, let's say, depending on the challenging you like. We are on the play. We keep this one. Is not exalting, but if they are not on red, is reasonably good. They are on elves or wolves. So now we really need the Naxbane or the Orochi, and we have the win. The bad thing is that we are relying on the winding way. Let's see what they have. Okay, they are on elves, so this is a race. Okay, this is very good for us because they had a slow start. Here, let's see what the winding way brings us because we really don't want to play another Quirion. Okay, so we get the Orochi. But the funny thing is we miss a second defender to go for the free kill next turn. So this might be an issue. Now they are probably going to go with some card draw. Yeah. Okay, the bad news is that they have the Hydra. The good news is that up to now they don't have the Quirion. So we might have another turn depending on how bad we fizzle. No, yeah, we cannot afford to cycle the end. Okay. So what we are going to do here is really weird. Okay, so if I go now for I think I go for Axebane here. The problem is that I cannot play it. But next turn, yeah, we have to find something. We are going to die. Funnily enough, they had the slowest end ever. Oh, okay. Okay, they did not find the Quirion, but of course, any one drop is basically free. Oh man, they had a lot of cards draw. Okay, still no Quirion. I don't think we can survive. We need to get lucky. Okay, so we should know everything in their hand. They can play Hydra right now, but they cannot attack. Okay, so here we are going to cycling. We need to find something, where something is a lot of things. What they don't know is that we have a second Quirion, but we need a cheap defender or something better. Okay. So right now, okay, let's do the math. If we reaping, we cannot then. If we're reaping, we don't have enough mana. So what we need now is a good lead. Okay. This is a very good lead that might give us what we need. So we play this. We play this. I don't think it's enough. We are forced to play this. But we are 1 mana short, right? These are 4. We have only 5 mana. Can we do anything? By the way, if this was going to be the defender we cut, we would have had the win. So there is no way to have a fast win, an instant kill win, because we have infinite mana on their turn, but we cannot do anything about it, because if we already use both of the Quirios, yeah, we concede. If by any chance any of you finds a way to kill them, just let me know. But this was a painful loss. And well, here we just go with the standard bears. I don't think we need the Renegades, and I don't think we need the Vandals, as well as I don't think we need the Stamina safekeepings. We just need to go fast. So the third path goes. Then the question is Shield Wall Sentinel or Generous and or Lead, which are slow cards, let's say, or Tuck Tuck. Tuck Tuck on the play. Losing game 1 is very bad against Elves, because means they have the play game 2, and then we have this end, which is really doing nothing. So we mulligan. This is slightly better. But definitely not exalting. So turn 2 we are going to deploy the Orochi and Secret Door, unless we find something better. Of course we don't, it's amazing. Our aim was to have good mana, good turn 2 plays. When we need them, we don't find them, but it's okay. We were kind of lucky against difficult matchup. Okay, this is also good news. Now, if we only could draw a battlement or something. No, this is not the something. So here, I think we go with the lead. I was wondering if it was better to go with the Axebane, because then we were only one defender short of killing them. I'm not sure I did the right thing, but they have a slow hand, so I thought I might have a little more time. So they have two unknowns in hand. So next turn they are going to Avenging Hunter. Come on! And of course, we are slightly hosed, but it's okay. We are going to play the drawbridge. That means if we draw anything, meaning a good defender next turn, we are going to win on the spot. But we need to draw it. I am not sure, we might have another turn. Place deck. We never top decked anything this league. Oh, we did. Tank decks. Now let's hope we don't have a gut shot or something. They don't. Okay. Now we have to go for opponent is chatting. We need to go through the secret doorway unless they concede, which is going to be slow. I'm not sure if I do another one. Yeah, we have two activations. Good. So here we need to go through it. Okay, they conceded. We keep everything as it is. Now we are on the draw, and the queens are slightly more an annoyance, and we might need not the queen, sorry, the Lanowars. What did they cut? Okay, we might need instead the DeckTech. Okay, this is a good hand. The mulligan to 6. The surprised. Okay, so now we have a lot of things. We really need an Axebane. Good again. They are forced to go for a slow start. Here I'm going anyhow with Aquarian. I could even go double Quirion. I don't think it's needed for the moment. Have Avenger? No. Oh man, this opens up a lot of possibilities to us. They had a very bad hand after the mulligan, apparently. Okay, we now get the trellis, lead. We find the Axebane. So we go Axebane into Bringer. And then if they tap out, well, they could have a Vines that we cannot play around. So usually they don't, though. So let's see if this is enough. In the worst case, we have the Genocide to block the flyer. Okay, we really have lots of elves. Let's see, do you have the answer? They don't, and we win. Cool. This was a very good league testing wise because we had a good amount of top decks and top opponents. Let's say the easiest deck was the Elves, but with a very good opponent, and we could have won also game one against Elves if we didn't whiff. So the deck seems to be playable. Is of course tier 2 or 3 because as we saw, we need a little bit of luck against the very bad matchups. But I think it's coming close. Surprisingly good outcome for the negate in one game, while in another they were kind of useless. The question about Vine Trellis versus War of Roots is still open, as well as do we keep in the third path or not. We will try a few more leagues to decide about that in preparation for Geddon. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Ciao!